Cheers, everybody. What's going on? Happy Sunday. I think Noob set his clock back and his calendar. This show ain't supposed to be on today. Lasso, thanks for joining. Everybody, actually, thank you for joining. It is Sunday. So, yeah, so we as in me and FaceTime, we decided to kind of go on today. Tomorrow, I got a big move, so I'm not going to be able to, be focused and give you guys a good show. So I'd rather do it and give you guys 100%, not some lame ass, lazy ass show for tomorrow. Without further ado, a few announcements. One, if you haven't already, go sub up my man FaceTime. Go sub up Keon. Go sub up everybody in here. Go support each other. You know how I always do. Two, I will be announcing a 1,500 subscriber giveaway. Probably somewhere in midweek, somewhere around there. It's going to be 2 books again. I usually do 2 books. Third, go Eagles. So I kind of didn't realize that the Eagles play at 8:30. So, we're not going to rush it, but the Eagles are playing. So if you're a Cowboys fan, I apologize. 4, it's not a haircut. It's not a look. I was just wearing a toque all day. So my hair is like this. It's a mess. So, don't worry about the hair. Without further ado, let's bring in the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. FaceTime.
What's going on, guys?
Woo! Man, Eagles.
Man, we can't even talk about it till afterwards because I don't want to sit here and talk shit on YouTube and have it live and recorded and then have to come back here next week and be like, oh, yeah, we lost that game.
Eagles favored by 10. I know Raider Bear came in. I think they beat Cleveland, so that's good. So congrats to that. Seahawks were up by 20, so Christopher is a Seahawks fan. Yeah, I think they won. I'm not 100% sure, though.
Yeah, pretty sure they're going to win
that. Thank you for joining. Hawaiian Punch, Luis, thank you guys for joining. So we're going to get into it. We're going to talk new comic book day, comic spec. At the end, kind of near the end, I might hint out that 15 subscriber giveaway. I do have a poll question I want to ask a few of you. So if you guys, catch us on the rewind or later on, definitely would love your input on a book that I'm going to be talking about. But yeah, without further ado, let's get started. Let's go on to new comic book day. Oh, man.
It looks like it's going to be a decent week of books this week.
I think so, too. I really think so, too. All right. So let's get started, ladies and gentlemen. Noob's address in the doghouse if he buys first. Yeah. Actually, I want to just bring light to this. So I had posted Iron Man 1 and I thought I was going to, purchase it. I'm not going to give any spoilers. So I also put in, I put a picture of Tales of Suspense. It was a 3.0 CGC face. You saw this, right?
Right. Yep.
And I think the asking price was about $7,800. And when I told my lady, she looked at me and said, "Listen, if it's something that's really important to you, get it. I'll leave it at that. We'll wait. We'll see what the next couple videos on my channel have in store. But nevertheless, guys, stay tuned."
Listen, I don't know what they are, but if you make that purchase, there are repercussions. I don't know what they are, but they're there. They will happen.
Trust me, I know. When she said that, I was like, okay, all right.
That shit feels like a trap.
So before we get started, cheers, everybody. Sunday, happy Monday tomorrow. Hope everyone had a good weekend. So,
you know what it is? She got something in mind. It's about 10 grand that she wants.
Yeah, probably a ring.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Luis is ready. Pen and paper ready. Woo! All right.
Oh, that's no pressure right there.
No pressure. All right, guys. So let's start off with Image Comics. Here we go. Bum, 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 bum. I wish I had a millionaire music theme in the background,
But I'm sure you could find it online.
Yeah. I'm not tech savvy though. So we got Bomb.
You want to be a YouTuber.
Bomb Queen trump card number 3. Wow. Okay.
I'm gonna be honest. I have the first 2 issues of this, and haven't read either one of them.
No.
It's just like we bought them because the covers were amusing. So
yeah, they are. I think we talked about this. Yeah, they're pretty like that. Looks like Chris Griffin from what's that show? Family Guy. There. Yeah, I know it's Trump, but it looks more like Chris Griffin to me. Yeah, I think we've talked about these the last time. I think it was issue 2 came out.
Right.
I thought they were pretty nice covers, sexual covers, things like that. But I don't think I'll be buying them. Coffin Bound.
Yeah, I can't say that it's a series that really enticed me to read. I think it's intended to be more of a comedy series than anything, but
like anything.
Bomb Queen, like I don't know, because Bomb Queen, like, didn't she used to be like a legit Image character, something like that back in the day?
Oof, I don't know, man. I can't remember buying or hearing anything of Bomb Queen, to be honest with you.
I'm pretty sure, like, when she first came out in the 90s, she was like part of the whole, the Image superhero universe. I thought she ran around in like Wildstorm with like Grifter and the Wildcats and all of them, or one of those things. I could now. It's been a long time, and she's obviously not a hugely important character, but I thought she was part of that universe. And now it seems like these are more fourth wall breaking type of comics. So I'm not really sure.
We're gonna have to Google it after the show. That's for sure.
Right.
Oh, the man, the legend, Mr. Dollar Bin. Thank you for joining us, brother.
Dollar Bin, what's going on?
So we got Coffin Bound number 8. I'm probably going to skip this one. I'm not picking this up. I don't know anything about it. Halloween is over, so I'm kind of saying, goodbye.
Yeah, I'm passing on that one also.
What are your
crossover? Now that's going to be a big book coming out from Image this week.
Yeah, so there's 3 covers. Are you picking up?
There's way more than 3 covers, my friend.
Oh, no,
there's only 3 covers that Previews wants to show us.
What? Okay. Yeah, these are the only 3. Okay.
There's so for that, I know there's the regular cover. In amongst the regular cover, I'm sure there's like there's probably a 1 in 10, 1 in 25, 1 in 50. I know there's a 1 in 100. I believe there's a 1 in 200, and then there's probably about 20 different store exclusives.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. Donny Cates, things like that. Yeah. I'm actually surprised. Are they going to do a 1 in 5, you think?
I don't know if they'll go that low with it. It seems like, generally that's spawned for Image. Like, they're the only ones that ever drop 1 in 5s, it seems like.
Let's see here. I don't see when they come out with covers like this, like I don't know.
The blank covers are useful if you want to like take it to a convention later, and get the artist to throw a sketch on there or something like that, or get an artist commission to draw one of your favorite characters. But and I guess there is a niche market of people that collect just specifically blank covers. So
Raider Bear,
there's a market. Somebody will be making $1.
Yeah, Raider Bear is saying there's 1 in 75 as well. Dollar Bin usually.
Yeah, there's so fucking many of them for this one.
Dollar Bin is usually one of the guys who has a lot of knowledge. I try to poke his brain from time to time, but yeah, if he's saying there's a bunch of covers, then yeah, you can assume they're a bunch of covers, just like Face. If they're telling you, then yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised that Previews doesn't show all of the incentive covers. I understand them not showing the store exclusives, but that they don't show all of the incentives, or at least some kind of stock photo that it's coming out.
I think that's been their knock, right? Like, I think that's their one negative from
right.
If there had to be a negative, I think that would be it. I think I hear a lot of people saying the same stuff.
Right. Yeah, that the only other thing that I would say, as far as that I would complain about going through their stuff, is just the fact that they don't really separate out trade paperbacks, posters, and shit like that. But
one book that I think will do really good, and I'm not usually big on second printing, third printing, 17th printing, 26th printing, all that jazz, but it's Department of Truth #1, second printing. I think this is going to be a very successful book this week. Successful in the sense, I think a lot of people are going to pick it up.
The Department of Truth number
one, second
yeah,
printing.
the second print, right? Yeah, I mean I think it's just a recolor of the main cover, but it actually looks pretty dope.
Yeah, it's exactly
like the blue makes it stand out.
Now a lot of people are. I missed out on what was it last week? Yeah, last week when number 2 came out. Mm-hmm. I missed out on getting that cover B, the one that has like the it looks like the Statue of Liberty head with the X's and all that.
Right.
I missed out on that one. I wish I could find that one because that one's kind of cool. I did see Ultra Maximus. He posted some pictures of the ones that he got. Yeah, I'm really kind of upset that I missed out on that one. But again, I think this one's going to be a lot of people are going to want this one, man. It's good covers, good story, very popular. So yeah, that one.
I agree. I mean, I'm digging it so far. I like both issues. I can't wait to see where he goes with it.
Did you grab some on your pull list, or are you just risking it and kind of hoping that they have them
for the Department of Truth? The number 1 second print specifically, or are you talking about next just putting it on my pull list?
Yeah. No, Department of Truth number 1 second printing.
Yeah, actually, we are getting a copy of it. I know I'm getting one. I'm sure she's getting one.
The other one is Firepower number 5.
Right, I'm still sticking with this series. It's been a good series so far. I'm really liking it.
Now, is this the only cover?
What's that?
Is this the only cover that's coming out?
Yeah, generally Firepower's only been putting out the one cover.
Really? Huh.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind the cover. I like the cover.
Yeah, you're getting one of your first cover appearances of any of the series antagonists.
Which one is that? The
dude that's choking the shit out of the other guy.
What's the dude's name?
I'm not actually sure what his name is right offhand.
Yeah, because I can't think of that name either. Yeah, it looks pretty dope. To be honest, when I first saw this cover, my thought went to like Thanos for a reason. I don't know why. Like I just looked at the guy's head and then choking. I was like, oh, Thanos. But yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Dollar Bin is throwing some knowledge and some information out there for you. So Cates is releasing 2 books early 2021. We Eat What They Feed number 1 and Werewolf number 1. I'm gonna take a guess. Werewolf has something to do with werewolves, I would assume.
Probably.
Stories take place in God Country. I suggest grabbing God Country 1 4th printing, a $20 ship investment. Wow, there you go, guys. Any good country is fine, but for low risk, high reward scenario, the 4th printing is only $15. Newbie thinks all bald people are thin. Yeah, so guys, make sure you guys write that down right there because Dollar Bin is one of the guys who has a lot of info. So if he's giving you guys that for free, I mean that's a good day.
Seriously, I'm gonna have to remember that.
So we got Ink Blot number 3. I think we talked about it the last time this book came up on the list. Are you reading this one or no? No, right?
I have it, but I haven't read them yet. I know Keys is on it, and Keys has said that he's liked it. It's really good. Yeah, so
Keys has really liked it. Yeah.
So based on that alone, and the fact that we occasionally have some similar tastes in characters and stuff like that, I've been buying them and intend to read it.
Aaron, thanks for that info. Yeah, man. And thank Dollar Bin, yeah, man, for dropping by and giving you guys that info. Lost Soldiers number 4 out of 5. So obviously this is coming to the near end.
Yeah, I haven't been on that series actually. So
there's a lot of these that I'm not really on. Moonshine.
Yeah, I mean, Image does tend to put out a lot of miniseries, and
yeah, it's Moonshine number 2. Wow, my words today. Moonshine number 22. Again, probably a book that I'm probably going to pass on. I haven't really paid too much attention to it, even though there's 22 issues. Not something that I've been overly excited for.
Yeah, same. I'm in the same boat with that one. A lot of these Image ones this week. Probably leave it on the shelf.
Yeah, pretty. I'm just gonna scroll down to the more important ones.
I am picking up that Savage Dragon 252 second print. The Peanuts homage right there.
Oh, this one?
The red cover, yeah.
Yeah, this looks kind of dope. Not gonna lie. Right. I love red covers. It's probably the third favorite color of mine. It usually goes white, black, red. I don't mind yellow, but yeah, that's kind of cool. Those lovable piglets.
Right.
And yeah, this is again for Savage Dragon number 252, second printing. Yeah, you know what? This kind of reminds me of the Ice Cream Man one where they did the Dr. Seuss. So I think that this one will probably be pretty popular.
Right. Like it feels like there's probably I'm sure there's people that just want them. I mean, I'm buying the damn thing because I like it. So I can't be the only one.
Yeah. You're getting 2 covers, you said? You and your girl?
Yeah.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on that Texas Blood? I when the story first came out, I mean, it was kind of hot. I remember a lot of people more people talking about it then than they are now.
Yeah, I think I picked up like the first issue and read it and then just kind of fell off after that, to be honest.
Yeah. Just a weak story or what's going on there?
You know what? I don't even remember. I think maybe it was a COVID thing where I picked up the first issue and then just forgot about it after that or something like that. I actually entirely forgot that it was coming out.
Yeah, I'm not really going to be picking this up.
I do remember it being talked about though whenever it was initially getting ready to come out. So,
Walking Dead.
Pick up the first issue.
Say that again. Sorry.
I said I was being talked about enough that I at least picked up the first issue when it was coming out, and then after that, I think I just fell off for some reason.
The Boss Logic 125 cover that dropped.
Oh yeah, that the New Gods, the DC one.
Yeah,
it's DC. Newbie probably hasn't even seen that cover.
No. I've seen it, but no stores around here had it. Because my buddy Deke my buddy Andrew, sorry, he actually has a copy. Yeah, but they weren't on any stores. But again, I went a day late. I keep forgetting that DC comes out on Tuesday. I lucked out in the sense that Keys actually went on Wednesday to pick up some of my books. So I still kind of owe him some money. So if you're watching Keys, no interest, please. But yeah, I sometimes forget that.
He said the juice is starting right now.
But yeah, it's just a mind fuck sometimes when, you know, I forget, like Tuesday comes and I'm like, oh shit. And then, you know.
Yeah, their release schedule does make it a lot tougher to keep up with trying to catch the incentives from a local comic shop from both, companies or all the companies. Rather.
Yeah, and we have a shop, man, that and Keys will be Keys has a history with this one shop because he'll say, hey, put this book on hold for me, and they'll tell him, yeah. And then he'll come the next day and they'll sell it on him. And he's like, man, what are you guys doing? Like, that was my book. Like I told you guys, we had an agreement, blah, blah, blah. And they never hold copies for him. So it is tough sometimes because, I get it.
Crazy.
Yeah. A lot of stores just want to sell it because they never know when that customer is going to come back. Right. So
right.
It's one of those things.
Yeah, that's true, man.
Buddy getting hit with all the taxes, interest, etc. Yeah. Come on, man. Dun, 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 dun. So yeah. So moving on, we got The Walking Dead DLX number 2. We got what 2, 4, 5 covers.
There's a bunch of covers for these. Now, I mean, The Walking Dead. The thing with it is, you know what you're getting. You're getting The Walking Dead with color. It's a reprint of the second issue. It was a key. It was a first appearance the first time around, so. But that's not going to matter, obviously with these. So, but if you're following the Walking Dead storyline and trying to just pick up the issues because you have a chance at actually buying them, as they're coming out now this time around, this would be an important one.
I think that's what's going to happen.
I don't know. There's really no other way to describe it. It's like it's not going to be worth shit. It's a reprint, but
No, there's no new. I mean, there might be a new character, but I mean, it's
Right.
like
Yeah, there is new characters in this one, but
just it's leveled off. Like it's kind of over, right?
right.
And I don't want to offend anybody because I know like there's some hardcore people that love that show and love that series and stuff like that, and it's like a religion to them. But things move on and things end, and the popularity goes
But
down.
I mean, there's apparently still enough interest in it that they've now made, I think, 2 spin-off shows. So
Yeah, and I think one or two more are coming, right? Something like that.
probably, I think they're doing. I believe they're doing a movie for sure.
Yeah,
I think that and the guy that plays Rick Grimes is supposed to be starring in a movie or something like that.
boom, boom. Going into Dark Horse Comics. Whew, we got some Alien stuff. Alien's been pretty popular ever since it was announced that Alien and Predator were bought by Disney. So
yes, Dollar, we definitely want that link.
dun, dun, yeah, we do. Yeah. I'll message you after the show, brother. Yeah, and I'll get that link. Yeah, so like I was saying, yeah, the Alien stuff has been super popular. I could see this kind of being picked up a lot this week just because of that.
Yeah, well, so this is I'm actually getting this series because I'm a big fan of Alien myself, and it's based off of what Dan O'Bannon wrote as the original screenplay, so it's not quite the story that we actually got as far as the theatrical release. There's definitely differences, but it does follow a very similar course and everything like that. The other interesting thing about this series is one of I believe the last series that Dark Horse did for Star Wars, I think it was a Darth Maul series, was very low print run. And this is probably going to be the last Alien series that you're going to see from Dark Horse because Marvel's has the rights to it now.
So this
it's probably not real high on the print run either.
Yeah. And if it's the last one before Marvel kind of has its hands on everything, I mean, it could be one of those things, right? That niche market, like I always speak of. Yeah. I honestly love that cover A, to be honest with you, that the screenplay one, this one. I do like this one. I really like it.
Actually, those are the covers that I bought for every issue.
Yeah, I really like it. The other one, not so much. I mean, it's just not my taste, not my forte.
I think I like the second issue that was the chest burster cover, where the alien's coming out of the guy's chest. I think I got that one, but other than that, that's like the only one that I had any interest in getting that wasn't the actual main cover.
Dun, dun. Avatar. I mean, this one doesn't have one. Is anyone picking this up? Avatar, Last Airbender, Lost Adventures.
It's a hardcover, so it's gonna have a.
Oh right, yeah. Sorry, I didn't even see that. Wow. Fuck. What do we got? We got Bang number 5. Now this is the final book, final issue in the series. I think we talked about this when number 4 came out. Neither of us were really big on this series, right?
Well, this one I just haven't read yet. I have every issue of it. I'm waiting on this one to come out. Once I got, the whole series, then I'm gonna read it. It's Matt Kent. He's a great writer. I can't tell you anything about the series because it's one that, like I said, I was waiting on all the books to come out to read it.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna pass. We got Cyberpunk 2077. 3 out of 4. Now this is a cool ass cover in my opinion. I kind of like this one. A lot of detail in this one. I really like the knife part here, things like that. And again, yellow. Yellow is a hard cover to keep in high grade in really good condition. So, when I talk about those like trophy books to have, white, black, yellow, red, these ones are really hard to keep in high grade. So
Hyper Combo actually just put into chat that Keanu endorsed Bang. In fairness, though,
yes,
there's almost no way in hell Keanu wouldn't endorse Bang since Matt Kent is writing Bang, who will be co-writing Berserker or BZ, whatever the fuck it is, with Keanu Reeves. So he's definitely endorsing Bang. That being said, Keanu Reeves has a tie-in to the book that you're talking about now with the 2077, the video game. Uses his likeness as one of the characters.
Yeah,
and it's been a hot series so far.
I freaking love comics. I've read Last Ronin #1 3 times. Exactly what I wanted when I wanted it. We recently talked to Cullen Bunn about Cyberpunk on our channel. Oh, that's pretty cool. I have to check that out. He's on. Yeah, I bet. Yeah, I got to check that out.
Right.
Let's see here. We got holy fuck. Neil Gaiman, Norse mythology. Wow, I don't even know why I took a gamble on that one because I don't think any of us are picking that up. I mean, I could be wrong.
You are, in fact, wrong. I am definitely picking that up.
Oh, you're picking it up? Oh, shit. Okay.
For sure.
Wow.
I mean, it's Neil Gaiman, so.
Are you picking up more copies?
I'm definitely giving it a read before. And I grabbed the first one. It was interesting. It is exactly what it says. It's Norse mythology. Neil Gaiman's take on it so far, and like I said, the first issue was interesting.
White cover? I might. I mean, if it's there, I might take a gander.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's not going to go in traditional Norse mythology direction, because if it did, why are we telling that same story again? There's probably going to be some twists and turns and some differences in Neil Gaiman's fashion.
It's true. What are your thoughts on Spy Island?
I've been liking it so far.
I mean,
it's about the Bermuda Triangle, so it's very interesting if you're into that sort of thing.
I love that stuff. I really do. I like that mystery stuff, especially when you get into Bermuda Triangle and all that jazz.
Exactly.
But I also just like the covers, man. Like when these books have covers, like I love this one. I love the blue in it.
Right.
I know that's cover. I believe this is cover B. Yeah, it's cover B. I'll show you guys cover A. I don't mind this one either, but I just prefer cover B to be honest. Obviously you got the triangle and things like that.
It's funny for this series, like there's been one cover on every issue that's just been like, I don't know, it kind of stands out as opposed to the other one. I think I can't remember what the first one was, but there was like a 70s cover with a chick that was like wearing bell bottoms or something like that. It was something I think sort of like there was like a disco type of a vibe to the cover, and that was on the second issue. It was clearly better than the other cover.
Spy Island is a great read, yeah, and that cover B is awesome. Yeah, I love that. I love.
Right, it's nice that they're keeping it so that you only have to buy one cover.
Yeah. I freaking love comics. FaceTime, can you repronounce the name?
He actually proposes a good question there. I'm not sure on what the actual pronouncement.
That's why I kind of just put it to our.
I just say it's Gaiman.
I don't want to offend anybody, man. It's 2020. I don't want to offend anybody. I don't want to.
It may be Gaiman. I have no idea. I could be pronouncing it wrong.
Yeah. But hey, either way. But yeah, in today's world, you have to be very politically correct, especially when you say and pronounce names. So I mean, it is a valid question.
Yeah, I'm actually not sure on what it is though, as far as the pronunciation, which is sad because I'm sure I've watched documentaries on him or about him or shows where they've mentioned it. It always stuck in my head as it's Gaiman, and that's just kind of always what I hear, regardless of how they pronounce it, I guess. Yeah,
we'll go with that. Maybe we'll, Snapchat them or whatever you young kids are doing now today, in today's age with social media, on how to connect with them, and we'll ask them. Right. Stranger Things. Now, obviously, this is a very popular series show. still going on. There is a market for this. Obviously, people are still buying it. People are still tuning in. Are you getting all three? Just one? What are you doing this week?
I was contemplating picking up one.
Yeah,
that was it. I haven't decided if I'm actually even going to pick it up yet. Like, they've come out with quite a few of these miniseries for Stranger Things where they're
Dollar. Take care, man. Thanks for the knowledge.
Definitely have a good one, Dollar.
You know what? If it's good, yeah, all
we only want good updates in here. We don't want to hear none of that bad.
I mean, the Cowboys are on their fucking third or fourth string quarterback, so I'm not expecting anything crazy.
Oh no, we're just gonna let that go. Go ahead. We're gonna talk about these comics.
All right, so let's go to IDW. We got Batman the Max, Arkham Dreams, 5 out of 5. Wow.
I believe this is the finale of this series too.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't remember talking about the previous books. Like, I
don't either. But the Max is a dope character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Max is a great character. Very 90s image.
Now, I know you and Keys have made multiple comments about this. It's only natural, when guys talk or they get together about stupid stuff like this. But there is a market that, I've seen a lot of people buy this. And I kid you not, but the My Little Pony Transformer stuff, a lot of people pick that up. That number 4 issue, number 4 out of 4, the last book in the series, comes out this Wednesday.
Bro, I told you I got every issue.
Yeah, like a lot of people are picking it up, man.
I ended up grabbing the incentive to the first one, and like it actually got valuable. So I was like, well, shit, I guess I'll just grab the rest of the series. I haven't read any of them yet, but I've got them.
These ones I think have a lot of incentives too, right? Like a 1 in 5, 1 in 10, 1 in 25. I don't know if there was a 1 in 5 actually.
For any issue beyond the first one, they did. I think just the 1 in 10s.
1 in 10s.
Yeah, the first one had I think a few different ones. They had 1 in 10. I think there was a 1 in 25 for the first one, and there was the New York Comic-Con one. It was huge.
I remember when the first one came out. I think I was on Mel V. I was with Mel V and Lucas and them, and they were talking about it. And Mel V was like, "What the?" Like just going off about the cover. And yeah, like Hyper saying, man, they're sought after. Like a lot of people are picking them up, man. And a lot of people at first thought it was a joke, but it is for real. A lot of people are after these books, man.
Oh no, I'm definitely not lying. I haven't read it yet. I have to because my girl got it for me, so I'm obligated.
My Little Pony Transformers number 1 had a 1 in 1,000 ratio variant. That's insane.
1,000? Holy shit!
That is insane to me.
Who bought 1,000 issues of that?
Yeah. What the? Okay, sure.
Did Midtown even buy 1,000 issues of it?
I can't see them doing that, but
that's wow.
Stranger things have happened. Yeah, so we're gonna move on. We got Sonic the Hedgehog, Bad Guys number 2. This is at the halfway point of the series. You got 2 covers.
That's definitely how I read them.
You're what? Sorry.
I was responding to a hyper combo. I said that's definitely how I read them.
Basically reading these, lying on his stomach in bed while eating Ben and Jerry's. Oh shit. Oh man. So yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog number 2, guys. Yeah, I'm big on Sonic. I'm just not picking these up.
Yeah, same. I haven't picked them up yet either.
I think these ones will kind of. You're going? Yeah, of course. The next book here, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Jenica 2, number 1. I think.
Are you just gonna pass on the Star Wars like that, right? Just totally just.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that. I was gonna come back, but we'll go Star Wars first. So we got Star Wars, Shadow of Vader's Castle, 2 covers, cover A, cover B. Now, guys, make sure you guys are paying attention to the price because it's $7.99.
It is, and I'm not. It's looking like this is more of like a one-shot type of thing. But I was reading an article where it's saying that Star Wars is kind of taking a dive into a bit of like the horror aspect of it. So, for anyone that's also into horror, right? Yeah,
it's got that vibe, especially on that second cover here. Like you just kind of get that, Frankenstein castle. I don't know. I do anyway. That vibe.
Right.
But I'm sure again, right? It's Star Wars, so all the Star Wars guys are probably going to buy it.
We are.
Yeah,
yes, we
exactly. So you got.
I'm sure Keys is getting it too, right?
Oh, Keys will get it 100%. Well, you know what? He's actually he's pretty. What's the word? I don't have the word, but he's very picky on the Star Wars books that he gets. I will say that. And now going back to the book that I kind of passed, and I apologize to the Star Wars, but that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle book, it is a #1. I think this is going to be. I mean, I'm pretty sure I can count that this book is going to have a lot of copies out there.
There probably will be a good amount of copies out there. There probably won't be as many copies of this one out there as there was the first miniseries that she had.
Yeah, this one. She's kind of looking, I'm not going to say Last Ronin. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying kind of got that vibe, I don't know. It's interesting. I like this cover, to be honest with you. I prefer that one over this one. I'm not really a big fan of this one. But I'm sure that, people will be picking up both because that's just what people do.
Yeah, I think I like the first cover better too, to be honest.
Cover too?
And then of course the incentive.
Hyper saying there's a 1 in 10 for that.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, there's pretty much always a 1 in 10 for the TMNT books.
Flash Ray saying anything dark side related can be horror story based. I have Vader's Castle in my pull. Shoot, I might.
Right. And they did a novel back in the day. It was part of the Legends universe now where I don't know if they expanded on it or not. I remember reading the first one. I believe it was called Death Troopers or something like that, where it kind of delved into a horror aspect, using some. Yeah, they were using some. Like the Empire was running some kind of experiment on one of the ships, and it basically turned all the stormtroopers into zombies. And Han Solo and Chewie were there, and they had to survive all that shit. And it was actually a really good read. I had always hoped that they would kind of pick up on that storyline and continue with it, but I'm not sure if they ever did. So I'm definitely picking up the Vader's Castle.
Well, I might have to now. I mean, usually I listen because I'm not, and if you guys are new to the channel, I'm not the biggest Star Wars guy, and that's okay. So sometimes when I do hear about an important Star Wars book to get, I will jump on the bandwagon and get them. But that's part of the community. We all help each other out. We don't want anybody missing out on anything. So if you guys are thinking that it's a good deal, then yeah, I might have to pick it up. Sounds like Dead Space. I may have to check this out, Face. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because Keys is a huge Star Wars fan. Like huge. He'll go see Star Wars the first opening day. With other movies he might pass on him, but Star Wars he's usually there. And yeah, when he's particular in what he gets, so I sometimes try to just copy him. Like if he picks up a book,
right,
then I can trust him on it. So
right.
So we're gonna go to Boom. We're gonna leave Marvel till the end. So we're gonna go to Boom. We're gonna start off with Buffy the Vampire Slayer #19. Now Buffy is hot, and I'm not just saying that. It's just a hot story. It's getting popular again. This has got a crazy cover. I really like this cover. I really do.
Yeah, it's not bad. There's actually the one that's gonna end up being really big for, I think this one is the Momoko one. It's actually a pretty, a nice cover.
It looks like that Strange Academies one, right? Like it's just got that vibe. Strange Academy 1, I think it is. Yeah.
Right.
That vibe. But yeah, you're absolutely right. I really dig this artwork. It is a white cover. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I mean that's the one I'm definitely grabbing. So
Yeah, this one will be very. Now, is it gonna have like anything, or is it just like a virgin like this?
I believe it's going to be the virgin like that.
Like that?
But
Really?
I could be wrong. I'm actually just jumping on this series right now, so this is going to be the first issue that I'm picking up.
All right. Well, I might have to. I mean, if it's there. Mighty Morphin #1. Now, again, Face told you guys last week. I think a lot of people were already on that train, but that it's going to be breaking down into 2 different series, right? This is going to be Mighty Morphin, and what's the other one? Just Power Rangers, the other one?
Right, Power Rangers is the other series.
So this is #1.
This is the one where they're supposed. Okay, like the big deal is about the Green Ranger and the fact that like pretty much everybody thinks it's going to be Draken. I don't know. I mean, Draken seems like that'd be really easy. I think it's going to be someone entirely different, and it's going to be something that ends up getting drug out for a while before they reveal it. I don't think they're going to just reveal it in this first issue.
Yeah. But it is a #1, and you know how we feel about #1, people. You can never go wrong with the #1.
Definitely. And even if they don't reveal who it is, if the new Green Ranger showing up in the first issue, it's still the first appearance. So
yeah. Now I got to say, the Blue Ranger, the first thing that came to mind after like my eyes went to the White Ranger were the Blue Ranger. Like he looks so fucking jacked. It's crazy to me. I don't remember Billy being that tough.
Well, when you're fighting huge space monsters, I guess you build up some upper body strength over the years.
Yeah. We do have 2 variants. So we do have
this is another one that there's a shit ton of variants. So for this one, there ends up being a 1 in 10, a 1 in 25, a 1 in 50, a 1 in 100, and a 1 in 250. I believe there's a 1 per store, and like there's the regular cover, a Legacy B cover, the blank cover, and then like 20 store exclusives probably.
That's insane. But somebody out there.
Oh, you're right. And Hyper Combo pointed out, I forgot about the connecting variant. There's a connecting variant too.
The one that I think will be, well, this one's that's something else. Sorry. This one I think might be one that is underlooked, I guess. I don't know if that's the right word, but I just feel like a lot of
that red blank cover is pretty cool.
Yeah. But the fact that it's a solid cover, it's not one of those like artsy, like those white ones where an artist can do something. I mean, I'm sure an artist could do something because I have seen, what is it, Spider-Man 700 or 800, that black cover. I've seen that one. But I just feel like this one, maybe undervalued, low print run. If you're into that sort of thing, I would be on the lookout for it.
Oh, and I forgot the local comic shop day variant of Mighty Morphin #1. It's also coming out.
Man, Hyper dropping some knowledge. We got.
Damn, that's incredible. That's incredible. So disrespectful. I just dropped 30 books on him and I missed one.
We got Origins #1 of 6, so it's the beginning of the story. I don't know. This has got weird stuff written all over it for me.
You know what? I like weird stuff, and I like the shit that Boom's doing. I'm jumping on this series, man. Just the whole premise of it sounds kind of interesting. Like
where's the dude's eyes? Like, what is his face? Like, I
don't know. I don't know what the fuck that thing is, man. I haven't read it yet.
Like, I didn't know if like these 2 things were the eyes, or like if this is the head. Like, it looks like.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. It looks pretty cool, and like the premise is like humanity is gone. I guess AI has taken over.
Okay,
and then one of the robots, I guess, brings back a human, but I guess the person that they bring back, could potentially set things right. But it's also like the person that did all this shit in the first place.
Goddamn robots! Can't live with us, can't live without us, eh?
I don't know. I mean, it sounds like this dude might be blamed more than anything.
We only find them when they are dead. #2, second printing. I believe when this book came out, it was pretty popular. I remember.
Yeah, it's a good series so far, man. It's like 3 issues in, and I'm enjoying it.
First time in a live stream. Oh, thanks, man. I really appreciate that. Yeah, usually this is out of our comfort zone. It's Sunday. Usually we do our thing on Monday, but nevertheless, thanks for checking us out. Average Will, they bring back the original creator. Looks cool as hell. I'm assuming, Will, you're talking about Origins?
Right, yeah, he's talking about Origins.
Okay. Yeah, I might pick this one up. This one's got a fucking freaky face, man. I don't know. It's just one of those faces. Yeah, when I wake up in the middle of the night, like that's kind of like what I expect there to be. But
well, when you read the series, you'll like that character too.
Yeah, definitely. Wicked Things to finish off here. Wicked Things number 6, final issue. Could be something.
I am not on this series. I can't tell you anything about it.
Yeah, I'm not either. All right, cool. So, you want to go Marvel and then DC, or DC then Marvel?
However you want to do it, man.
All right, let's go Marvel.
Okay.
Let's go Marvel. Let's get to the goodies. And then we'll bore everybody with DC. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow, taking shots.
Just kidding. I love DC, people. Don't worry. Hyper 3 felt like a recap from issue 1. Yeah. And guys, if you haven't,
two definitely wasn't as good as the first issue. Like the first issue was really on point. But of course they got to have some filler and some drag out time, to sell some more issues. So yeah.
And guys, if you haven't checked out, go check out Average Will's channel. He does a lot of great things. He's starting to do some auctions, which are pretty cool. Will, I want to apologize for me being kind of MIA from your channel the last couple weeks. Just been really busy, but I will be checking it out, brother. Let's see here. All right, Marvel. Let's get it on here. So we got Spider-Man number 51.
Yeah, I think this is the LR issue, the Last Remains issue.
Yeah,
which is
remaining. It basically looks like a horror one for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, the Last Remains storyline's been alright so far. Like, it's started off really good.
Are we expecting anything like a new character at all? Like, I think that new character came in.
It sounds more like it's going to revolve around his whole conflict with Kindred and that, being who it is and whatnot.
Dun, dun, dun. Spoiler alert. Can I say the spoiler?
I mean,
everybody
it's kind of been out there for a little bit now who it is. So there's probably not a whole lot of people that don't know at this point.
No, I'm going to say no, because I was talking about, what movie was I talking about the other day? And somebody, I forget what movie it was, but somebody died. And I was like, oh yeah, because he died. And the one girl's like, wow, spoiler alert. And I was like, the movie came out like 4 years ago.
So, oh, wow. Yeah. No, I mean, I think 4 years is beyond the statute of limitations on that.
With me, you get 3 months. Like you get 3 months, because if I can't talk about something that I'm really excited about, like Marvel, if you're telling me you don't go see a Marvel movie, like, I'm sorry, don't hang out with me for 3 months then. Like, if you're gonna wait that long, don't hang out with me, because I'm
probably New Mutants
about it.
How was New Mutants?
I haven't seen that one yet.
Oh. Okay.
Nobody wanted to go, and I wasn't gonna go by myself. I don't know. Keys never wanted to go. Keys was always saying like, "Nah, I'm not seeing that, man." And it is what it is. What was in the Titanic?
Is that the movie you were giving spoilers on?
Oh yeah, I think it was Titanic. Yeah, or something like that. All right, we got.
Well, that explains it.
Now, I bring Avengers 28 not solely because it's on here.
Whoa, hold up. You got to go back up one.
Which one?
So you got at the end there, I think Atlantis Attacks number 4. Now, so this, all right, I've been on this series, and in this issue, the solicitation is that Wave is going to end up basically taking over the throne of Atlantis. But the other thing that's important is, I guess now, in the 5th issue, this series is somehow leading into or playing into the King in Black. I have no idea what the fuck it's going to have to do with the King in Black, but there is a tie-in apparently coming in this miniseries.
So this could be a book to basically be on the lookout for, probably get 2 copies of.
Maybe not like this this issue as far as that goes, but like this issue, like I said, I don't think there's going to be anything King and Black related in this one. But the next issue of it is one that people are probably going to want to pick up if they're going to try and grab all of the tie-in material for King and Black, which there's going to be a lot of.
I can only imagine. And we're only what? I mean, we're in November now. I know it's November 1st, but like we're only what? I think like 6 weeks away from that. Those events.
From what?
King is Black, the null thing.
I don't think I don't think we're that far away, and we'll get to that later.
Yeah, I thought it was like mid-December. Now,
bro, it's coming this week.
Oh shit! Okay. So I was jumping on Avengers 38 solely because of this cover. They got the Black Panther Phoenix one.
Yeah, so they're starting to do the Phoenix variants, but I'm not sure that they're actually doing that Phoenix Return storyline yet. I think 38 may be like more of a filler issue, but I could be wrong. I'm picking it up regardless. I'm on the whole Avengers series, so
yeah, and it's a dope cover, to be honest.
Right?
I'm assuming a lot of people are just going to be picking it up just because of how popular. Not unfortunately, because he was always popular, but I'm just saying because of the events. Obviously, everybody's picking up anything Black Panther. Now this one, I could see a few people picking this one up. I could definitely see a lot of people picking this one up.
The facsimile edition?
Yeah, I could definitely see it. What was the last one that came out? The Tales of 39?
Yeah, probably. I think that was the last one that I remember seeing.
Yeah. This one I could totally see being a pretty hot book just because a lot of people want the original anyway. And there is a market for them, obviously, because they keep making them, right? So,
right? Yeah, I mean, people do pick them up, I guess.
Yeah. If you're new to collecting comics or anything, just make sure when you buy, because I've seen a lot of people buy these covers, not necessarily this issue, but these how do you say the word?
Facsimile.
Those ones, just be careful if you're buying on eBay, because I have seen some people buy the first appearance of Gambit and the Poison Ivy one for like $80 to $100, and I don't want to be the one to tell you not really worth that much. So,
but they are kind of cool because especially if it's like say there's an issue that you really want, like maybe I don't know, a Tales of Suspense or whatever that's gonna cost your house basically. You can pick that up and use it as a placeholder in your collection until you can
until you can rob the bank.
Hit it big time with your YouTube channel, making all that money.
Put it away. Yeah, my girlfriend was shocked because she had made that she got confused with Iron Man 1 and Tales of Suspense 39. So when we were talking about it, she's like, "Well, wait, how much was Tales of Suspense 39 9.0?" And I go, like 92,000. And she's like, "What?" And she was just mind blown that like a book could have that much value. I'm like, yeah. Like, what do you expect?
Right. I mean, what was Action Comics going for several million?
Yeah, I know Lasso does because he usually we usually communicate and he usually makes comments on these ones. So yeah, I know he picks them up. Hyper is saying someone auctioned the New Mutants 98 for over $100.
Right.
But I've seen it. I've seen new collectors do it where they go on eBay. They don't know what they're looking for. Somebody will tell them, "Hey, go look for New Mutants 98." And then they see that, not knowing the difference. And, it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, it does happen. And that's unfortunate. I mean, it should be labeled as a facsimile edition if you're going to sell it or whatever. But
let's see here. Black Widow #3, the Bartel variant. Is there another one? Yeah. So there's 2 copies.
Yeah, there's a wedding dress variant on that one, I believe.
Yeah. For whatever reason, I feel like this one's going to be the hot one of the 2. I feel like a lot of people will pick this one up. And I say that only because of this. When you look at this one and you look at the ones in previous weeks, it kind of just has the same vibe. You know what I mean? Like, straight on. It's not like on the side with like her ass kind of showing. But right. I feel like if people are picking this issue up, I'm probably thinking they're going to pick up the other one. That's just my opinion. I don't know.
I don't know. I wouldn't even care. Just like it's neither one of them really stands out that much to me.
No, but if I had to pick, right? Like if I'm picking one, I'm probably picking that one.
Probably, yeah. Just because of the wedding dress on there, like that's different.
Now, for those of you that have been joining us all throughout the evening so far, Dollar Bin dropped some knowledge before he left, and he said, make sure you guys pick up Captain Marvel 23. There's 2 copies. There's a variant and a cover A. Do you have any more knowledge on this book than just go pick it up FaceTime or what?
Well, okay, so what's going on in Captain Marvel right now is she has been sort of like teleported through time somehow. And these characters that are showing up right now, there was one in last issue. The character's name was Sora, and it was the child of Forge and Psylocke. And then in this issue, you're getting actually, I guess, 2 first appearances. One character, I believe, is named Ove or something like that, which is the one that's on, is the one that's on the cover there. Who is to be the son of Namor and Marina, apparently, I guess. And then the other one is Bridget, or I think is what her name is, or something like that, who is going to be, I believe, Asgardian. But and they are first appearances and everything like that, but they are characters from an alternate timeline. So I'm not sure what happens to those characters after she returns to, the original time, or how that, is she going to bring any of them back, or is it going to be a timeline they revisit? It's
so
hard.
The cover A, I'm assuming if you're going for first cover appearance as well as the first app, you probably want that one because that variant doesn't have anything. Obviously, this one right here, the cover A, has him right there. So you probably want to pick this one up. I'm assuming people are still going to pick up that variant. I mean, it usually goes hand in hand, obviously. But yeah.
I mean, it is a pretty cool variant too. So
yeah, it is. I love the colorway, honestly. Like, some people think that's weird. I don't know. I like certain colors. I don't mind this book at all, even though it is Captain Marvel. So
you're picking it up? Is that what you're saying?
I'm picking up cover A. I don't think they'll have enough copies of that variant where we are because they don't necessarily have a lot of variants where we're located. I mean, some stores do, but it's usually hard to come by.
Gotcha.
I don't, and I know if Keys is in here, he's gonna probably lose it. I know he likes Deadpool and stuff like that. I love this cover.
Yeah.
Like, I absolutely love this cover. I don't know anything that's going on in this storyline, but this cover is dope as hell.
I agree. I like that cover, and I'm picking it up. I would pick that cover up just on the strength of that cover.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how I feel about it. Yeah, I love it.
But this issue is maybe some kind of like a minor key in that they're going to supposedly be revealing some of the details behind the Bloodstone curse.
Oh, a minor key?
Yeah, I mean, nothing huge or anything like that. But, I mean, if you know who the Bloodstones are, the monster hunters, Elsa Bloodstone, they're revealing details behind the family curse or whatever. That's what's in the solicitations. Now, how much validity that will have once the issue actually comes out, who knows? Yeah, it could be a fucking swerve. But.
Swerve? Guardians of the Galaxy number 8. Previews has got it as it's, I don't know, high.
Yeah, man. I've been enjoying Guardians of the Galaxy. I've been on it from the first issue, and like as it goes on, it's been getting, you can see more and more ties to everything else in like the Marvel universe. Like there's been rumors that Prince of Power is going to have one of the Infinity Stones or Infinity Gems, whatever we're labeling them as now. And I know there's a King in Black tie-in issues coming up from them. So you can definitely see where Guardians of the Galaxy is starting to connect more with the greater Marvel universe. When it first started off, it was kind of doing its own thing.
Yeah. Now, I want to just say this. I probably should have said this at the beginning. Obviously, James Bond, Sean Connery passed away. Rest in peace. the original Bond man.
Yeah.
This one has that James Bond feel, though. If you look very closely, Rocket Raccoon looks like he's wearing a suit. He's got the martini. Like, it's just kind of fun. Not funny, obviously, because somebody had just passed away. But it's just ironic how this cover comes out on the same weekend that, the guy passed away. I just thought,
I didn't even see that until you mentioned it. You're probably making that cover hot right now by itself. Like, I like the cover to begin with because we know I'm a huge fan of Rocket Raccoon.
Yeah.
So if I can't go to the comic book store now and get that cover because you just made that shit hot, I'm gonna be mad at you.
I apologize, man. I'm just saying it's kind of a little coincidence. You know what I mean? Like it, because like at first I was like, I passed.
Right, it does have that vibe though. It really does.
I passed through it, and then I kind of went back. Like I was going through 2 other books, and I went back. I'm like, wait a minute, is that? And then I thought, I'm like, okay, did they do that like on purpose? But then I looked, and no, this cover was slated to come out. They didn't change it, nothing. Like, so it's just kind of crazy how they did that.
Yeah, on some dumb shit, like, man.
Because you know how like anytime anything happens in the world, people are like, oh, The Simpsons predicted it. The Simpsons predicted it. Now it's like, oh, previews predicted it, or Marvel predicted it.
I mean, yeah, I was to say that would be Marvel doing that one. But that's wow. It's a dope cover, regardless.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure. Yeah. Well, you know where you heard it here first, people. You heard it here first.
Right.
Let's see here. So we got Immortal She-Hulk #1, second printing. You guys know how I feel about this, but obviously if they're making a second printing, that just means that people are gonna pick it up.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah. That dude looks kind of weird as hell. I'm not gonna lie to you.
That's the leader. He's supposed to look weird as hell. He got that big green head.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. This looks like at first I was like, is that the Pink Ranger? And then I had to kind of, like you're clicking on it and you read it, and then you're like, I'm like, Pink Ranger, Immortal.
No, that's She-Hulk.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not one of the additional printings that I'm jumping on.
Do they have more printings, or is that just it? Because it says it's a variant, right? So is there another one coming out, or just that one?
I mean, if they decide to do a third print, I don't know that they will decide to do a third print, but for that one, it kind of seems unlikely. But
yeah,
you never know.
King in Black Darkness reigns. That's the poster. I'm trying to find. That's the poster. So we got Marauders #14.
Right. We got continuing the X of Swords storyline.
Yeah.
Which I've been enjoying so far.
Yeah.
I like the B cover on that. The one with Storm dancing with Death.
This one right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks dope. That looks really dope.
Yeah, I like that cover.
Storm is like probably...
Storm is gangster as shit in the new X-Men.
Rogue is still my girl, man. Like from that X-Men series, I mean, Rogue is probably #1. I'd probably throw Storm in #2, but then I got Psylocke too, right? So it's just always trouble.
I mean, yeah, Rogue and Psylocke and all them, yeah, they're cool. But I'm telling you, like, Storm is a boss right now. Storm and Kitty Pryde, man. Kitty Pryde. Like, don't fuck.
We're probably going to get into a book now that I'm assuming a lot of people are going to pick up, but it's Miles Morales, Spider-Man 20. You got
that cover right there, man.
I like the variant. Are you cover A guy or?
Well, I might pick up the cover A, but I was talking about the B cover.
Yeah, I'm not really a big fan of this one. I really like this one though.
Yeah. That's a great cover.
Multiple reasons why, but I love this cover, man. Love it. Yeah. So that one might be one that I maybe pick up too. Maybe I get Keys one because I do owe him a few bucks. So maybe I'll get him one, something like that.
Well, that would be nice of you.
Yeah. His birthday's coming up in May, so I figure I'd just get him something now.
Right. Wow, Power Pack. They advertised that series as coming out pre-COVID. I don't know what the fuck ever happened to it, but now we're going back to it.
Jesus. You're like 9 months late.
Yeah, right. Is anybody demanding a Power Pack series?
No, not me.
Okay, they must need to. They must need to keep the copyright.
Yeah. Justin, hey, thanks for joining us, brother. That Hellstorm cover is nice. Yeah. Edwin, still waiting on my copy of Spider-Man #1 by Todd McFarlane to increase in value. No, he's always talking about that one. Yeah. Hold on to it just a little bit longer, man.
It's almost there. It's almost there.
Yeah. We got Ultraman here. So you got 3 copies. #1. Actually, sorry. You got #1 of 5, the second printing, and then you have the Rise of Ultraman #3, 2 different covers. So I'm not really big on Ultraman. I think I've stopped watching or reading anything Ultraman like, probably 2000, 2001, somewhere around there. So
right. You know, I mean, it's an interesting character and everything. I picked up the first issue. I read it. It was all right. But I mean, it was all right. It just doesn't play into a lot of what's going on in Marvel. It wasn't one that just made me want to continue buying the series. So
yeah,
I went ahead and stepped off of it after issue 1. But you know, if you're into the kaiju thing, you know, obviously, and there's a huge market for it.
Yeah,
and
absolutely. Now, I think this is where a lot of people are going to get a lot of fun here. So we're getting into that Star Wars part of the show. Obviously, I can see a lot of people picking probably all 3, but I think that action figure one is probably the one a lot of people are going to get. It's just those action figure ones, a lot of people just pick up anyway, right? Whether it be Star Wars, Marvel, DC, anything. It's just a book a lot of people pick up.
Yeah, there's a lot of like completionist collectors out there that pick up every single one of the Star Wars action figure variants. So,
and it's Lando,
right?
Yeah. I don't know.
The only thing it's missing is a Colt 45.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on it? Like, I know you're picking it up. I'm not a Star Wars guy for like an investment side of things. What do you see in this?
Definitely. I'm gonna pick up the action figure variant. I've got most of them. I don't know if I have all of them, but I do have most of them. Yeah. And I'm gonna pick up. I think I'm gonna pick up the C cover, like I think it's the Empire Strikes Back cover.
The Empire Strikes Back cover. This one right here.
Yep.
That one? Yeah.
Yep, that's the one.
Yeah, that one. Oh.
Yeah, so those are the 2 that I'm picking up.
Okay, all right. Well, I might have to copy you there. We got Thor. Oh no, this one too. This one was Star Wars.
Yeah, this is Bounty Hunters and reprinting.
Yeah, I remember. I believe Dollar Bin was telling me about some of the Bounty Hunter ones at the start of the summer and things like that. So,
the new Star Wars series, I've enjoyed all of them. Bounty Hunters is probably my favorite of the 3 Star Wars series that Marvel has been putting out. So
yeah. See, Flash Ray. Yeah, a lot of people pick up that those toy variants, man. A lot of them.
Yeah, I mean those things. I love those covers too. They're great. That's why, like I said, I got most of them. I can't say for sure I got all of them. I may have missed 1 or 2 here or there, and it'll probably piss me off when I figure it out one day. But
Edwin, man, if you ever want to talk about that stuff, just let me know. Hit me up. Hit me in face up. Definitely talk to you. I mean, I don't have all the answers, but we could definitely talk. I love talking about that stuff. How books
absolutely.
And decrease, man. I'd love to talk. If you got some time, sometime, just let me know, man. Now I think we're getting back into Thor's coming out. Thor, a lot of people were on it, so we got Thor #2, 6 printing.
Yeah, you know what? I'm picking it up, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I like the cover. I just like that cover.
Galactus, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a Galactus guy, so I saw Galactus on there. I was like, oh shit, okay, I gotta grab that one.
Yeah. I mean, it is a dope cover. I just 6 printing, Jesus Christ, man.
I know, right? I saw 6 printing, and I was like, holy fuck. Where am I even gonna find this thing?
Yeah. You got 4. No, you got 5 Thor covers for Thor. No, you got 10. No, 4. No, 5. Wow. Learn to count. Start again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we got 5 Thor #9 covers coming out. My favorite one is this one.
Yeah, and actually there's a whole series of those coming out. They are and I'm probably gonna butcher his name, but I believe it's Varegi, the indigenous variant covers. There's I don't remember what all issues they are coming out on right off of hand, but I know there's a whole series of them, a whole group of them coming out. Black Widow I know is one of them. The Marvel Voices, indigenous voices is getting one. Like I said, there's obviously the Thor, Captain America 25. What's that?
Is Iron Man getting one?
I believe Iron Man does have one.
Because I really like this, and I can only imagine if they did an Iron Man one, I'd probably be all over it.
I went to my comic book store whenever I first saw them announced and everything, and I was just like, I want all of them. I want one of all of them. Just put them in my box. I don't care what issue it's on.
Lasso's saying there's a Hulk one too. Will is saying there's 9 coming out. Will, do you know all 9 of them? That guy DZ, yeah, boy, I'm collecting all of them.
Yeah, I know. Like I think the one that ends up, I think is going to throw a fucking wrench into things for people is probably the one that's coming out for Marvel Voices, the indigenous voices.
Okay.
Because it looks like on that one and it's not. I don't think it's coming out this week, but it looks like on that one there's actually 2 different of the Varegi variants coming out. There's a Ghost Rider, or at least the way that they were showing it before, was that the Ghost Rider was coming out on that one, and the Danny Moonstar, which they didn't originally have listed that both of those were coming out on that same issue. So I'm not sure what happened there. I don't know if the website just there was something that fucked up or something like.
Yeah. There are other covers.
It was really weird, but yeah, there are definitely other covers like that. And I think they're great. I think they're worth definitely keeping an eye on.
Yeah, the Fortnite one is another one that I also think, like me personally, I probably won't pick it up.
No, I passed on all the Fortnite.
Yeah, it's just popular, right? Like a lot of people are picking it up just because of how popular the game is.
Right.
The Phoenix. I keep calling it Dark Phoenix, but those Phoenix covers. I mean, Thor's got one here.
Yeah, man. Like I'm tempted to pick that one up just because it's dope.
Yeah, I like this one. I like cover A, to be honest with you.
I'm definitely picking up cover A, obviously. But
the Dark Phoenix, or I keep saying Dark Phoenix, but it's just the Phoenix. It's the Valkyrie Phoenix variant.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm sure I'll end up with several covers of this issue, and that's fine. I mean, Thor's been a good series so far. I've been liking it. And I know that, so this issue, the solicitations are that we are getting the return of Donald Blake. Now, having taken a look ahead a bit on issue 10, there is the cover of what appears to be that character, Donald Blake, in a bit of a more evil, twisted looking fashion. And we know that he's coming back and he's probably not going to be friendly.
Well, you know what that means.
Which means more than likely he's not going to want to trade spots back with Thor for whatever reason.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm probably going to lean on cover A and that. How do we pronounce that? Varegi?
I think it's Varegi. I think it's Varegi. Like I said, I could be butchering that horribly.
Yeah, I really like that though, man. Like I just like.
I'm actually really glad that Freaky Louie just said what he did in the chat, because here's the thing: if Thor's doing this whole thing where he's bringing back Donald Blake and Donald Blake is not going to be friendly, I had thought that maybe there was a possibility at the end of the series they're going to try and replace the Donald Blake persona, and Thunderstrike, the Eric Masterson was another time that they had done that, kind of replaced but that wasn't just that they replaced the human persona, they replaced the entire fucking Thor persona on that one too.
Yeah. Could end up being Scorpion again. Who knows, right? Everybody.
Yeah, it's hard to say with it, man. It's Donnie Cates, so you never know where his writing's going.
Exactly. A lot of people. I know Lasso sometimes talks to me about the True Believer one. Well, you got True Believers. I think this is Avengers 48. So that's the first Black Knight who apparently will show up in that Black Widow movie. There was a lot of rumors about it. So that book kind of spiked a few months back. They're doing the True Believers one for that.
Wait, which is this now?
This one right here. The True Believers Black Knight. Yeah, so it is Avengers 40.
Oh, no. Yeah, that's so he's not appearing in the Black Widow movie. Black Knight is coming in the Eternals movie.
The Eternals?
Yeah, he's coming in the Eternals movie.
I thought he was. I know it was like Taskmaster and all that in the Black Widow. I just assumed that's why this one was.
No, he's actually being played by the dude that played Jon Snow.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Yeah, see, time I know you picked these up. Yeah. Maybe the Hulk? Okay. Eternals. Okay. Okay. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, and usually I am. I admit it. You know, I've got 5 sisters. I have 5 sisters, so I'm always told I'm wrong. Anyway, but the U.S. agent number 1. I can't remember who, but somebody told me to pick this up. I can't remember who. So like, I don't want to like discredit or not give it. I'm throwing it out there. I can't remember who, but somebody had put it in my ear to pick this book up.
Yeah, there's definitely there's rumors of some first appearances that are gonna be in this series, I guess. So, you know,
would you pick up like which cover? So like this is cover A.
Yeah, I like that one. I do like it.
We got the variant. Oh, so it's 2 variants, I think. We got this one. That
one doesn't look bad either.
No, it's not my favorite. And then we have this one. This is probably my least favorite.
Yeah. Man, why? I'm pretty sure that's an homage. It feels like that's an homage cover.
Yeah. So I'm probably going to get cover A. Not going to get the other 2. So yeah, this one. But this one's a homage to that X-Men book too, right?
Is it?
Yeah, sure. I can't remember which one, but me and Keys always see it. It's kind of got the same vibe. I'll get the name for it and I'll post it. But yeah, it's got that same vibe.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna get the cover A. But yeah, there's definitely gonna be some first appearances in there. And that I believe the solicitations make it sound like he's being sort of. I guess I don't know. I'm not sure how it's working because he's the main character of the series, and they're referring to him as U.S. agent, obviously, since that's what the series is called. But he's being replaced as U.S. agent or some shit. I don't know. And he gets a new sidekick, which I believe I read somewhere is going to be an Asian guy. That should be an interesting play because, like, John Walker's kind of a bigot and an asshole, so kind of interested to see how that's going to play out.
So 90 says, skipped right over that True Believers Hulk 141. First Doc Samson. No, I didn't pass through it. I just couldn't remember what it was, and then I got corrected that Dana, the Black Knight, was in Eternals, man. So yeah, Doc Samson, yeah, great undervalued book. Key, yeah, you're right, absolutely. Do you think?
And those True Believers, they usually drop those for a reason. Like they want you to start, they want you to be thinking about this character. Like this character's coming in something. You're gonna see them, show up somewhere doing something. And there's definitely not just the Black Knight showing up in the Eternals movie, but there's a new Eternals series that's coming. So he may show up in there, and he's getting his own like at least mini series or whatever for the King in Black event.
That guy.
I'm not sure what Doc Samson's getting yet, but you can probably expect something.
That guy DZ says, "Do you think that might mean that U.S. agent might have legs in the MCU?"
It's gonna depend on how they play it. Like, so it feels like to me, whenever they say that they're given a character that they've they've intentionally made to be like a sexist or a bigot or something like that, a sidekick that's a character of, diversity, whether it's a woman or an Asian or whatever. You almost know right away that you're getting some type of almost like it's gonna feel like a sort of fucking redemption story where in the end, like they become best friends or whatever. You know what I mean? Like that's the story that you're gonna get. And I mean, historically that has translated onto television pretty well. And I think there has been some rumors about possibly doing like a US agent spinoff.
I thought there were some photos that leaked out.
Because I think that they're going to they might introduce the character in the Falcon and Winter Soldier series.
Yeah, because I remember specifically seeing a few photos of it, and I can't.
I think that's pretty much been. I don't know if it's been announced or anything, but I think it's pretty established that they're going to introduce the character at least.
Just not when. We don't know when.
Now what? Now if they'll do anything further with them in the MCU, who knows?
Yeah. All right, guys, let's get into something that probably a lot of people were very pumped about, say 3 months ago, but it's Venom 25. We got a 5th printing, and then we also have Venom 26, a 4th printing, followed by Venom 28, a 2nd printing. So again, by this time next year, we'll probably be on Venom 25, 27th printing. I'm probably going to skip by all of these. Obviously, with that virus stuff. Probably.
I'll look at the covers whenever they come out and decide if I like the cover enough to just throw away $5 or whatever. But that'd be it. I'd just be buying it specifically for the cover.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna pass by those.
The coloring book variants. I like it. That's exactly it. If you want to try your hand at coloring comic books, just go ahead and buy these sketch variants and give it a shot.
The Web of Venom, Empire's End, #1, Null is Coming variant.
So this is the one. Null is coming. This is going to be the one where Null shows up, like real time. Null's here. This is going to be the first. He's going to be kicking the shit out of somebody.
Now, this is what it actually is going to look like, though, right? Like it's not.
I'm not sure. I think so. That's what it sounds like.
Like it's. I don't know. I don't know why. I just think that there might be like a trick up somebody's sleeve or something. Like I feel like that's not how they come, but I mean, I don't know. If this was comics, I could probably be a comic book cover artist. If like I could do them like this all the time, I would just put like
Iron Man. I imagine you could probably do that successfully.
Eternals is coming, and like just different fonts every week, or like differently. I would probably be very successful.
Yeah, and I know there's some incentive variants coming out for this one too. Like there's actually Hyper Combo just mentioned it in chat. There's a 1 in 50 that's coming out for that one. It's really nice. Definitely one that's on my full list.
Yeah.
90 MFC definitely has a point. Like if there's a first appearance, some of them aren't bad to pick up. Like the Venom 25, if Codex has some legs, could be worth standing on. Maybe Venom 20, Venom 28. Was that the one that they brought in the Anne Wayne Agent Venom? I guess if they brought her over, maybe 26. I don't know. I think we kind of killed off the Venom spec for the moment, but
26.
Or the virus. I mean, I'm sorry, the virus spec. I don't know that he's going to have any legs necessarily, but if you never know. Somebody could get a hold of the armor, and
it's true. Could be Octopus, Rhino, could be.
But of course, then but it stands to reason. Even if somebody else does get the armor and the glider, like it would still be its own separate, appearance. Like when Harry Osborn took over the role of Green Goblin, when he had his first appearance as the Green Goblin, you know what I mean, or whatever.
90s. So that book is and it probably went for a while, to be honest.
And a lot of the reason is because of the cover on that, getting the Null cover and everything. Like people definitely want that one.
All right, let's finish off this Marvel stuff and get into that DC stuff real quick before we get into the spec. So X of Swords, #1, you got a 2nd printing. You got X Factor 4 second printing right there. I did skip over the Wolverine black and white blood #1. It is a #1, so just keep that in mind. There is 2 covers.
It sounds like it's going to be more of like an anthology series, but covers on those look great.
Yeah, I really like this one. That one looks pretty badass.
Yeah, and actually I think there's a 1 in 50 like that where the cover is entirely red.
Ooh, I want to see that. If anybody gets that, take a picture and tag me in it. I really want to see that. That'd be kind of dope. Yeah, and then you got X-Men #14. You got 2 covers. I'm probably not gonna pick any of those up, but I'm sure.
I mean, if you're following the X of Swords, of course, that's obviously one that you're gonna want to pick up.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so that's it for Marvel. Now let's get on to DC. So let me just bring the DC stuff out. Boom. All right. So we got Batman 102.
Right, and you're going to get some more information on Ghostmaker. And you're going to get, I believe there's going to be some more Clown Hunter action going on in that.
Clown Hunter still? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, well, we got to explore who these new characters are.
I can't believe they lasted this long. We got Justice League 56. Now, was it last week that there was a first appearance in the Justice League stuff, or can't remember?
You're talking about the Omega type or
Yes, yeah.
What the hell do they call him? The Omega Knight, was that it?
Something like that, yeah. I know there was a few last week.
I think that's what it was. And then the Mind Hunter Batman. I think there were the first appearances that you got last week.
That is not true. Is it true?
It may be true.
I didn't know that.
It may be true. I haven't actually. We might have to do that sometime randomly. Just start keeping count on Newbie's Drinks during which segments.
Oh, man. Hyper saying the 1 in 25 of Batman has Ghostmaker design variant. Ooh.
Yeah.
Omega Knight. That's what it was, right?
Yeah, Omega Knight.
Yeah.
There's so many different variations of Batman out now.
Yeah, it's crazy. Deceased, Dead Planet #5. It's got it's got that zombie feel, that Halloween feel. Superman on the cover. I'm not the
right, and it's written by Tom Taylor, so
yeah, I'm not the big Superman guy. So that's probably a pass for me. One that a few people were talking about, Justin, for example, I know was talking about it, but that Batman Hush one, Tales from the Dark Multiverse Batman Hush #1.
Yeah, and that's gonna be. It's more like an Elseworlds type of tale that they used to do. Okay. But it's a one shot, and it's sort of like a worst case scenario of whatever that event was.
Wow. I saw Batgirl 50 from this past week as a wall book at a comic show I went to yesterday. You went to a comic show?
That's bold.
That book was hitting $40 to $50 Canadian though.
I know. I mean, I know that it's going for a premium like right off the get, and I get it. I get why, but that's just wow. That like a retailer would put that on their wall at a show already is kind of
that's insane to me.
Wow.
Keys has my issue. I think he has 2 issues of mine. I think he picked up 2. I can't remember. But yeah, it was just 1 to keep and then 1 to sell. But yeah, there's just so much. Like the market's flooded with that book.
Yeah, I mean, there probably is a bunch of them out there. I don't know what the print run on that was.
I want to say
I had it pre-ordered. It was part of the Joker War. It was announced as part of the Joker War, so I pre-ordered it, as soon as I could. But
we got.
I imagine there was it wasn't like a real low print run on it or anything like that.
I can't see it being low print run because everybody knew, right? Everybody knew that it was coming. The character, I don't know.
Well, they didn't. No, they didn't. See, that was the thing. Like, they didn't announce that it was going to be the first appearance of this character until after the FOC was passed and everything like that.
Cool.
Like the only thing that they had said was that like the announcements or the solicitations had said that Barbara was you pretty much knew she was giving up being Batgirl, and it was the final issue of the series. Now she's giving up being Batgirl, but she's going back into the role of being Oracle, which it kind of felt like it was only a matter of time that before DC did it anyway, because there was a lot of outrage whenever they brought her back to being Batgirl initially.
Yeah.
So it really looked like, you know, there was maybe if there was going to be a new Batgirl, you know, obviously Cassandra Cain taking back the role, or possibly Stephanie Brown, especially whenever they put out the whatever issue it was, just like a couple weeks before, that showed both of them on the cover with the bat symbol, you know, wearing the bat symbol now. So there was, you know, some speculation that one of them might take back the role. But then after FOC had passed, they announced that they were actually doing the first appearance of the Ryan Wilder character in this book.
Jeez.
And that kind of turned up the heat on it, because I think a lot of people maybe passed on it initially thinking, oh, you know, whatever, it's a nothing issue, didn't get it. And then after FOC heard about his first appearance, now they wanted the book.
Well, a lot of people got it. I know I did. I listened to you. I listened to what the community was saying. I definitely picked that one up.
Right.
We got Batman, The Adventure Continues, number 6. I can't remember.
Yeah, I think there's only one issue left. I think they're going to 7 in that series. I'm kind of sad that it's like ending, because now, you know, gotta have to wait until the next announcement for some Batman animated stuff.
We got Hellblazer Rise and Fall number 2.
Yeah, I got the first issue. It was pretty good so far. Tom Taylor again is writing this series, so I'm on board with it. I enjoy his writing. First issue was good. Where they're killing off rich people by apparently dropping them onto church steeples.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, it's an interesting premise. Not really sure what's going on there, but this issue he's teaming up with the devil. So
yeah, it's
typical day for John Constantine.
Yeah, I do like the cover. Yeah, obviously you got the devil. I'm assuming she devil, things like that. So yeah, it's pretty dope. I can't remember if it's number 1 that I got for this series, but the Dreaming Waking Hours, I believe I have number 2 or number 1. I can't remember, but number 4 is
probably number 1. There was a first appearance in the first issue.
So then yeah, it's number 1 that I got. Yeah.
Yeah. I have that issue also. Other than that, I have not really followed the series. I know it's part of Neil Gaiman's, you know, Dreaming Universe or whatever, but it's not written by him. So
Spanish and then English. It's tough. Yeah. It's got to be number 1 then. I didn't pick up number 2. I think for whatever reason I do have number 3 though. I can't remember. I have to check. But I think I have number 3. I think I'm missing number 2. So I'm gonna have to double check. Sweet Tooth, The Return, number 1.
Yeah. So okay, like we were talking about the Jenica series earlier, and like this is what you'll see with a lot of the miniseries, in that like they'll do a miniseries like the first Jenica series, and it was successful, and then they'll do like a second miniseries, and you know, kind of falls off because it's almost like sort of a rehash of the same, you know, very similar premise or whatever. I haven't read the first Sweet Tooth series, but I read the premise behind it, and this shit is completely different. Like,
in what sense?
Like, it sounds like almost the only similarity is it's set in the future of the original character, and there's the similar type of characters, but other than that, it's completely different type of series.
Totally different. Okay.
But it's written by Jeff Lemire, Jeff Lemire. So I think I'm gonna give it a go. I'm gonna pick it up.
The final book on the DC list this week is DC Classics: The Batman Adventures, number 6.
Right, and they started reprinting these whenever they started The Adventure Continues.
So for what it's worth, DC's got pretty much a slow week this week after, you know, having a big week last week, obviously with New Gods, that Batgirl 50, things like that. So
yeah, this is a little bit of a lighter week for you, DC.
Oh man! All right, so now we're gonna get into the best. I mean, it's probably my favorite, but the spec side of things. You want to start? You got some things, or?
I actually have like pretty much nothing this week. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, since we moved it up a little, this is the day I usually do all my research, but because of my work schedule. But
yeah.
So I actually have not been able to do my spec research yet for this week.
That's my bad. So
no, that's all right. I just want to make sure that I was here to be able to help with the new comic book day stuff and everything.
Yeah, no worries, man. I appreciate that.
I'll definitely have more spec stuff next week, though.
Yeah, that's all good, man. There's some weeks we got more, some weeks we don't. So this book that I'm about to talk about, I actually brought it up, but I never had the photo for, and I know a few people have messaged me in the last, several weeks since I dropped it for clarification. So I'm just going to bring it up. I am going to be using Key Collector on these ones. It's just easier because everybody uses them. You guys can see the price points and things like that. So it is that Doctor Strange Sorcerer Supreme number 31. Now I brought this up because it's the first full team appearance of the Free Lords. It was kind of when I was on my Doctor Strange bit, thinking that we might see these guys. It's not a crazy book in the sense that you're not gonna go in to any shop and they're gonna have it for like $50. You're gonna probably see it here anywhere between $1 and $5. Obviously the prices aren't American, but still, even here in Canada, we're getting them at like I think I picked one up for $7, $7.50, something like that. So it is not that crazy, but just a book that you might want to be on the lookout for. Again, I wanted to bring light to the visual and things like that because a few people have been messaging me for it, and it's always nice to see the visual too, right? Because there's so many titles that I could say, hey, Doctor Strange 31, and people pick up another one or anything like that. So I wanted.
It's actually not bad because Doctor Strange is one of those characters where like you don't have a lot of villains that you really think of offhand that you're going to see too much in Doctor Strange, and Nightmare and Despair are two of them that
exactly. And you're seeing the whole team, so even like if you see one or multiple, they're all in this book. So if you're looking at it from like an investment side, you could probably pick this up for $5 to $7, like I said, and then maybe, hey, who knows, you might get able to flip it somewhere between $20, $40, somewhere around there. Again, it's not going to be $1,000 book. You're not going to put your kid through college in this book, but it's a book nevertheless to be on the lookout for. And I think a lot of people are kind of like not sleeping on Doctor Strange because obviously he's a main character and things like that, but the conversations of that series and things like that, they're quiet. They're not as not so many people are talking about it as much as the other ones, right? Like right now it's the WandaVision. That's the one that a lot of people are talking about.
Yeah, Doctor Strange definitely he doesn't have as much I guess spec spotlight so much as a lot of the other series.
Yeah. The other books, now these have nothing to do, absolutely nothing to do with Doctor Strange. They're just two books that I want to just kind of touch base on. Again, using Key Collector. So we got, obviously me being a Venom guy, but you got Venom vs. Carnage number 1 and number 2. Now I bring these up because we might see Toxin at some point again. Obviously, number 1, you got the first appearance of Pat Mulligan, who becomes Toxin. Again, you guys know how I feel about when a character is somebody compared to what the character, when the character becomes who he actually is. Like I always make the examples of Captain America 217 and Hulk 234, Marvel Boy, Quasar, things like that. So that's kind of where I'm going with it. But if you can pick up both, I've seen that Venom vs. Carnage number 1. I think I've seen it on not a wall, but I've seen it on a rack for, I think it was like $35, something like that. It is a white cover. It is hard to come in high grade. But again, there were some photos that were leaked of a police officer with a name tag, and it had Pat Mulligan's name on it. So take that for whatever it's worth. Then obviously Venom 2 or Venom vs. Carnage #2. It's a little more expensive because obviously it is the first appearance. It is the spawn of Carnage. But I don't know. Like I said, I got this gut feeling. I think we might see him. It's not a bad idea to pick these 2 books up. I think on eBay that #2 book was at, I think like $60 to $80, somewhere around there. So
yeah, I mean, I remember seeing those same reports about the police officer with the name tag. So there's definitely potential you're going to see that character show up. Maybe at least as some kind of a minor role at some point in the future, possibly.
Yeah. If I had to put my money on one, obviously #1 is the cheaper one of both of the books, obviously. But if I had to put my money on anything, it'd probably be #2. It already kind of being in that $50 to $70 range. I mean, if it were to happen, you could probably see that shift into that $100 range, somewhere around there. But again, it's all, spec, it's all guess, it's all that.
So in going back a little bit in what you were talking about earlier with the Doctor Strange check.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Doctor Strange spec. And looking at our chat, and they're talking about that the Doctor Strange spec on Mephisto.
Yep.
That's actually a really good really good call. Also, Mephisto is, one of the bigger characters in Marvel. But I think that the thing with Mephisto is you're probably going to see, I would like to see Mephisto in more of like a Thanos role than just Doctor Strange. Like maybe he shows up in one of the, maybe Doctor Strange would be probably a logical choice, sort of like Thanos did at the end of the Guardians of the Galaxy, the first Guardians of the Galaxy, where he was using Ronin as a minion or something like that. Yeah. Seeing Mephisto doing something like that with maybe whoever they use in the next Doctor Strange movie, whether it's, Baron Mordo or Nightmare or whoever that it eventually lands on being as confirmed. And then seeing Mephisto play into a bigger Avengers event, hopefully. But, again, it's also a character, like I would love to see them go that route, but it's a character that's harder for them to do in that route too, because it's not going to have as much traction, watching the Avengers fighting the Lord of Hell as it is watching a big space villain. That's probably not going to sell as well to children. So,
and I think with
it's almost guaranteed they're going to use Mephisto at some point.
Yeah, and I think with big villains too, like I think the narrative has become, or like our expectation is, hey, we're going to see like every bad villain is going to be like Thanos, right? So they're probably not going to do every villain like that, but I don't think that they would just do a one and done with that character either.
Yeah, Mephisto seems like he's got way more longevity than just one movie.
Yeah, where you'd probably maybe only see you'd see a cameo or like an end credit of him for like 4 movies or something, or like 3 movies before you got to him, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, that's the way they should do him. He's that type of big bad.
Yeah. So the last book I have for my spec, I mean, this week it's not really crazy, guys. It's more of the not higher end. I mean, obviously everybody has a different price point onto what cheap is or what affordable is. But sometimes we do have to cross that barrier in that hundreds and things like that. But the one character that I do want to bring, because sometimes I do like to listen to like what other people are saying, obviously, and like, when you get into like different chats and you start talking to people, you hear about certain characters, and then your mind starts wondering like, okay, maybe I should get it. Obviously, everybody wants to be ahead of the curve and things like that. But this next character, I mean, and I'm going to show it to you straight from eBay, but it is the first appearance of Lady Deadpool. I really have high hopes on this book. I love the cover to begin with. It's just got that cool ass vibe to it. Obviously,
it is a great cover.
Yeah. There are 2. Yeah, there's another cover. So there's this one right here. Oh shoot, this one right here. So it's the $200 one. But if you go up to these ones, number 7, I believe this is cover A. I mean, you're seeing it right there. It's basically under $120 to get that book. I don't think she's showing up like, say, next month, next year, 2 years from now. But with how popular Deadpool was, with, you know, where we are in society, social justice, women having like cool roles, it wouldn't be crazy to think that maybe, you know, 5 years down the road, they do some side project and they have this, you know, basically a woman who acts like Deadpool, obviously Lady Deadpool. I could totally see this happening.
They already have that, but she's got black hair. Her name's Aubrey Plaza.
Dude, I love her. So if she plays her, if she ever got that role and they actually got the green light on,
I know, right? That was exactly what popped in my head as soon as you said it. I was like, oh, she'd be fucking perfect.
I could totally see it. Yeah. If you guys don't know who Aubrey Plaza is, she's in Parks and Rec, and she's also in Bad Grandpa. She's the one that like basically.
She's in a lot of shit.
Yeah. But she's
hilarious.
Obviously, yeah, Gwenpool, that's another one, right? But this one is obviously cheaper, so that's why I'm going that route. But yeah, you can't go wrong with both of these characters, Gwenpool or Lady Deadpool. So just thought I'd, you know, because a lot of people, I know I've talked to 2 guys actually, and they were saying like, oh, no, the book is too out of the reach, and it's getting like, you know, crazy in price. So that's why I kind of did some research. I'm like, well, wait a minute. I mean, if on eBay they're selling them for like 110, 120, I mean, you know, I don't know. Yeah. If it hits, I mean, it could probably reach a $200 mark, somewhere around there, but I don't know. It's just a book that's still out there, so.
Definitely. And yeah, Aubrey Plaza she was in Legion, but that was a really tamed down version of her.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys got to watch her on like Parks and Rec or even in Bad Grandpa, because in Bad Grandpa,
like Bad Grandpa was great. Like, and you could just picture her in like that type of role, and if she came into a Deadpool movie, they'd just be like, you know what, just do your thing.
And yeah, absolutely. I would love to see her, man. I would love to see her in that. I have a crush on her, so I don't know. So earlier in the show, or when we started, actually, I said that I wanted to get some, you know, some feedback, I guess, some comments, kind of, you know, be in newbie shoes for a second. But I wanted to get everybody's attention and advice on what I should do with this book. This is a character that obviously, you know, just been cast and things like that. And I only ask because sometimes, you know, I just want to know what everybody else is doing if they have this book. But I want to know what everybody's doing with this book. So I got a 9.4 Moon Knight #1. Sell, hold on to it, get rid of it. What are you guys thinking? I'd love to hear your feedback.
I know, like, I mean, we were talking about this earlier. My thinking is, you know, you just got the casting announcement, so obviously right now is a good time to, you know, start asking the question and everything like that. If I were going to sell it, which personally, if you know, if it were me, I wouldn't sell it anyway. I would be holding on to it, period, because it's Moon Knight, you know. But if I were gonna sell it, I think, like, even though you're gonna probably see a little bit of a spike now, I think you've got more time in that you'll probably see the biggest. So the biggest potential spike that you'll see before the release of the show is going to be obviously when the trailer drops. Yeah. Once they finally put out a trailer, that'll probably be when it hits the highest peak, right before the show actually hits. Now, you could wait until after the show, and if it's great, of course, you know, obviously that could be something that pushes the price even higher. If it's a piece of shit, then, you know, you could see the bottom drop out on it. The trailer, either way, you know, the trailer is going to look fucking dope, because the trailer looks dope for everything, even
exactly.
You know.
Yeah, I just mostly wanted to know, because obviously that book, you know, when people think of, and I use Iron Man obviously just because like it's more familiar to me, but like obviously, you know, the first appearance, okay, Tales of Suspense 39. Obviously, it's a book that's like, you know, very low grade. You're talking about $3,000-4,000. So right. Then what do people do? They go to Iron Man 1 or Iron Man and Submariner #1. Obviously, because it's anywhere between $500 to $1,000, right? So you're kind of taking that lower end of the book, I guess, not necessarily lower end because that's a bad way to look at it, but you're getting the more, affordable book, okay?
Right.
With Moon Knight, though, you got obviously, what is it, Werewolf 10 or 2? Yeah, Werewolf. What's his first?
Werewolf by Night.
Yeah, Werewolf by Night. That's his first appearance. That's a $3,000-$4,000 book, somewhere around there.
Wait, what?
But then you got this one. You got Marvel, 28? Marvel Premiere, Marvel Spotlight 28.
Spotlight.
Yeah, that's his first solo series. So, like, it's a book that's competing with another book that's kind of in the same price range, right? So that's why I kind of wanted to know and get everybody's feedback because I was kind of interested to know. I'm banking on the show is going to be. Yeah, I think the show is going to be good. I think he's eventually going to be in the movies too, right? So.
He's definitely got that type of potential. And Oscar Isaac is a really good actor and he can play crazy well, but he's also I know that they're using movie actors in the Marvel Plus shows and everything like that, but he's primarily a movie actor. So if they, if they want to translate Moon Knight right over into the movies, which it seems like Marvel is trying to move in that direction where they can take the characters right from their series and put them in the movies, and everything like that.
Now what if Moon Knight has to fight Apocalypse one day? Then what happens?
I don't think Oscar Isaac wants to ever talk about him being Apocalypse again.
I think he's just like, nah, that never happened. What? X-Men?
That shit will be like fucking the scene on the end of Deadpool where Deadpool came in and shot the Wolverine Origins Deadpool in the back of the head. Just called it a day. Yeah, that's how that fight should go.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. But yeah, I think Moon Knight will do that series, and then I'm assuming it's going to be very popular, so they'll have
to. Actually, right there it is, newbie. We just built Marvel's fucking first big MCU reboot crossover series because you're gonna have. So you'll have Josh Brolin as Cable, right, fighting Josh Brolin as Thanos, and then you'll have Oscar Isaacs as Moon Knight fighting himself as Apocalypse. Who else? Chris Evans. Captain America, he's going to have to fight himself as Johnny Storm, and it's just going to shatter fucking reality, and then they're going to have to reboot the universe.
He could essentially come back as Human Torch.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Right? I mean, it's not crazy.
No, it is crazy as hell, and I hope they don't do that shit. That's ridiculous.
I hope nobody take that serious, please. Yeah, Justin, you're absolutely right. However, I probably wouldn't hold on to the book.
Just not that big of a Moon Knight fan, huh?
Yeah. No, I don't know. I got a good deal on it. I've been sitting on it for a while. I mean, Face, we've talked about that book for a while. I mean, you were on it. You were telling me to sit on it like months ago and things like that. But yeah, now with the announcement and things like that, I was just kind of like, okay, well, what should I do with this book?
I still think you should wait on that trailer, man. Like, you're gonna see that trailer drop,
but nothing other than
exactly Boulevard Trask. Yep.
Other than
have to fight Etri the Dwarf.
What's it called? Other than Oscar Isaac being cast, there's nothing on it, right? Like, there's no script. There's no. I don't think there's a director. Is there a director? Like, is the script made? Like, it's still years
for the
away.
Series.
Yeah.
They may use rotating directors. They may have one director for the whole series. I'm not sure how they're doing it yet. Like, his series has a different kind of potential than what they're doing right now with like the WandaVision and the Falcon and Captain America, because those are we know that they're going to be miniseries that are going to follow basically one sort of story, whereas the new Disney Plus series where they focus on like Miss Marvel and Moon Knight are probably going to be more episodic and character driven, so you'll see different stories throughout the course of the series, I think.
Well, that's pretty good. Well, I guess I'm going to hold on to it. It's going back in the box.
Yeah, I would definitely hold on to it, to that trailer, and I think that seems to be the consensus in chat.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, thanks. So, like I was saying too at the start, I will be announcing a giveaway. I think I'm like 1,300 something. I don't know. I can't remember, but I will be throwing a little video up probably midweek, and I'm probably going to be giving away 2 books. I thought I had everything prepared because I'm usually organized and prepared, but today I am not. I was going to have the books up here. I was going to show them off. So I will drop the video probably midweek, somewhere Wednesday, Thursday. I'll announce the giveaway, and yeah, it'll be for 1,500 subscribers. And like usual, I'll do that name wheel thing that everybody loves so much. Okay, definitely tune in for that. FaceTime, where can these people find you? What do you have coming up on your channel, sir?
Well, I've got a couple videos that are ready to go, but my internet connection where I'm at is shit, and I've been trying to get that taken care of. So usually when I'm on these shows, one of the reasons why I don't have like a live stream going on, it's just my voice, is because I'm running off my phone because my internet connection is garbage, and my internet company is supposedly trying to get it fixed. They're coming out tomorrow, so hopefully I'll get to put up at least one of those videos tomorrow.
Dope. I know tomorrow is Monday, so Key Issues might drop one. I always kind of promote his stuff. I will be having, I think I want to have Hyper on here, and I want to have Mountain Peak on.
Yeah, definitely gotta get him on. We should get Louis on too, for sure.
Yeah,
Lasso.
sure. I also do want to get Average Will on. I promised him a few weeks ago before my move and my reno. So now that everything is kind of back to normal, I do want to get these people on. And like always, guys, subscribe to everybody. Follow everybody. You never know who's selling a book you might want. Who knows who? Things like that. So definitely keep that in the back of your mind when you guys are subbing people. As always, go sub my man FaceTime. Go sub everybody in the chat if you can. I will be on next week. We will probably be on our normal time on Monday, but it could change. Usually we announce it a day before, so just keep that in mind. And yeah, Hyper, I gave you that blue wrench. Yes, sir. Lasso, I think you have one too, man. Yeah, Lasso, you got one too. But nevertheless, guys, that's it for me. Face, you got anything else you want to say?
No, I'm good, man.
All right. Guys, as always, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next week, all right? Later.
Peace.